everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caroline and today I give you my number 4 tips on how to keep your bowel balanced. Before we get into it, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, like this video, share the video, and as always, you can always go follow me on my Instagram. That's also called The Art of Being Ill. As you probably know by now, I do have a bowel disease. I have multiple Crohn, and when you have a bowel disease, your bowel tend to be a little bit out of balance, to say the least. So over the years, I've been diagnosed for how many years now? I think 13 years. I've been diagnosed for 13 years, and throughout these years, I have found ways to help my bowel to keep it more in balance. So I have these 4 tips that I want to pass on to you. When it comes to the bowel and keeping it in balance, diet actually do matter. So about 10 years ago, when I was 25, I decided to start eating a whole food plant-based diet. And I did this because I read online that a lot of people were actually having a lot of success with eating plant-based. So I thought, why not give it a shot? And I have to say, it has worked wonders. It really has. I'm no longer bloated all the time. And before I went plant-based, I literally had to go to the bathroom every single time I had eaten something. And I was just in general very uncomfortable in my body. But since I went plant-based, I mean, the first 2 weeks were a little tough because my bowel had to adjust to my new diet. But after that, I wasn't bloated anymore. And I had a much more balanced bowel, and also more regular going to the bathroom sessions. And I just overall could feel that my bowel was just doing so much better. It was working so much better. It was so much easier to digest what I ate and so on. So personally, I can really recommend whole food plant-based. And I say whole food plant-based because processed foods, vegan or not, is not good. I do sometimes eat processed foods. It's not like I'm not fanatic about it, but I try to limit my intake for my bowel. Of course, in addition to starting eating whole food plant-based, I also started exercising, or actually I already did that, but I kept exercising. And it doesn't really matter if this is just going out for walks, or if it's dance fitness, or if it's weight training or yoga or whatever you're doing. It doesn't really matter. The important thing is that you move your body because it helps your bowel's health. It helps your bowel movements, and it makes it easier for you to go to the bathroom. So my 3rd tip in this video is probiotics. And I want to mention before I say anything that studies suggest, but studies have not concluded that this actually helps your bowel health. But studies do suggest that probiotics can help with the balance in your bowel. It also suggests that it helps with your immune system so you don't get sick as often as you usually do. And this actually matters if you, like me, are on immunosuppressive medicine for your bowel disease. The immune system does get suppressed, and you are in a higher risk of catching the common cold or flu or any other infection. So taking something that actually helps your immune system can be very beneficial. And again, studies suggest, like, there is no scientific conclusion, proof that it actually helps your immune system, but something is pointing in that direction. But I have to say, I feel like after I started taking probiotic, I feel like I'm getting less infections like cold and the flu. And if that's a coincidence or the probiotics, technically I don't know, but I do think the probiotics is helping. If not for my immune system, it definitely helps keep my bowel in balance. So the last tip I want to mention today is actually something I didn't start doing till recently, and it was actually my mom who said that maybe this was something that could help me. But it is Electrolytes. This is just a brand called Resorb. This is tablets that dissolve in water and then you drink it. And electrolytes is actually something that helps you stay hydrated. When it's really, really hot or you sweat a lot, maybe you work out a lot, you can get dehydrated. Ironically enough, if you drink a lot of water, you can actually get dehydrated because you're washing out all the salts and sugars and so on from your body. And that will make you feel dehydrated even though you're drinking a lot of water. And electrolytes help you stay hydrated. It contains just the right amount of salt and sugar that your body needs in order to stay hydrated and energized. And the reason why, because right now you're probably thinking, but Caroline, dehydration, bowel disease, right? I have struggled so much with constipation this spring. And when my mom started talking about electrolytes, I started thinking, maybe it's because it's getting warmer. Maybe I'm actually dehydrated, because it makes sense that if you're dehydrated, your stool will become drier and thereby harder, and thereby it's harder for the bowel to remove it. And that just clicked something in me. I was like, maybe that actually makes a lot of sense. So I thought, why not give it a shot? Just try it. And I did. And it works. I actually didn't feel dehydrated. I felt like I was drinking plenty of water, and I was drinking 1.5 to 2 liters a day, which is the recommended. But sometimes you might not sense that you actually are dehydrated. And since it was getting warmer, maybe I wasn't getting enough compared to how much I sweat and used energy, so on. So that's probably why it worked, because I stopped being constipated. It actually really works. I also started to notice that I pee less. Not dangerously less. Like but I had a period where I feel like I was peeing more than usual. And I actually stopped. It's like electrolytes help keep the water intake, the hydration inside of me, instead of just peeing everything out. So I can really recommend, if you do feel a little constipated or irregular in your bowel removal, or just live in a really hot place for that matter, I can really recommend trying electrolytes. You can buy them in the pharmacy. I do believe some sports websites and stores have them as well, but you can always get them in the pharmacy. It has worked wonders for me, and I feel like for me it's probably, I live in Denmark, so half of the year it's not that warm, but in the summertime, spring, summertime, where it is warm, I feel like this really helps me stay hydrated and keeps me from being constipated. And then I don't have to take them in, I don't think I have to take them in the winter time, so we'll see about that. So everyone, that was today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you could use my 4 tips. Share this video with anyone you think could benefit from these tips. And I will see you next time right here on my channel, The Art of Being Ill.